Hey guys, I am going to take you through a yin class today from home. My intention with this video was really just to create something for you to relax, release, reset, find stillness in your mind, body, and soul from home. I know that a lot of people are experiencing a little bit of added stress at the moment just with what's going on in the world. So I thought it would be really powerful to just come back to a place of stillness and find some relief and release through the body. So yeah. Alright guys, so let's get started. Make sure that you've got a cool playlist on that's going to relax you and soothe you. You've got a pillow and you've got a block or a couple of books to get started, and we will get into it. First posture, you're going to bring yourself to halfway down your mat. Gently take your pillow. If you're using more than one pillow, go for it. Stack it up. Place it behind you. If you want a little bit more, you might take your block and also place it underneath. I'm going to work into really opening up through the heart, expanding into the diaphragm so we can take some deeper breaths. I'm going to roll the body back down. From here, take the soles of your feet together, knees to drop out nice and wide, and allow your heart to be nice and high, open towards the ceiling. Good. And close the eyes down. If you need to, gently adjust the head. You might choose to reach your arms long back behind you. If you want to, you can work with your hands, gently resting down beside your thighs. And let's keep the eyes closed down. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Come to find stillness here. Okay. If you have the urge to kind of wriggle or you feel a little bit unsettled, that's totally normal. Just give yourself some space. Allow your body to come down, rest, and just melt onto the mat. And we're going to be holding each of these postures for between 1 and 3 minutes. So really nice long holds, no rush, nowhere to be except right here. And start to notice the breath slow down. The expansion that happens in the belly as you inhale and the gentle falling as you exhale. Scan through your forehead, relax the temples, the jaw. Sigh it out if you need to. Really softening down. Notice if there's tension behind the heart, the shoulder blades, the hips. See if you can hear the sound of your breath inhaling and exhaling. And if you want to, you can start to explore gently reaching your arms over your head if they're not already. Opening the chest, the heart towards the ceiling, melting onto your mat. going to stay for one more round of breath. Gently stretch your arms over your head, nice and long. Feel the fingertips twinkle and then gently reach them all the way back in. And draw your knees back towards one another, moving so slowly. Gently turning to your right side, take the block and pillow out from underneath you, and then lying onto your back, completely flat. I'm going to hug the knees in towards your chest really softly. You might draw a few circles here, just massaging out through your lower back onto the mat underneath you. Good, and then taking a few circles back the other way. Rinsing with the breath. Good. I'm going to place both feet down onto the mat. Good. From here, take your left ankle and stack it over the top of your right knee. You can choose to stay here, or you may choose to interlace your fingers on the back of your right thigh. Bend your right knee. Good. Feel the left glute and hip start to open. If you have more space, you can interlace your fingers on top of your right knee. But please be mindful here that you're not overexerting energy. At the maximum, 20%, and that is at a maximum. So really, we're looking for such a passive, soft stretch. Close the eyes. You might gently sway your hips side to side to encourage a little bit of space. Finding stillness, connecting with the sound of your breath. Notice the jaw, gently press your tongue into the roof of your mouth. Separate through the backs of the teeth. Notice the breath like a wave, flowing in and out. You're ready. Gently releasing your right foot back down to earth, left foot to follow. And crossing over, right foot stacks on left knee. Interlace your fingers to the back of your left thigh or to the top of your left knee. Take a moment to gently sway the hips side to side, just rocking gently. Finding 10 to 20% nice and soft. Once you've arrived at your posture, connect with the breath, close the eyes. Cleansing the body, relieving of stress and creating space. Something I love about Yin is that no matter what is going on in the external world, you can still return back to this feeling of quiet, stillness, and you can connect in with something that is deeper than that layer of thought. No matter what's going on in the external world, we can always all come back to this space. And gently releasing your left foot down onto the mat, and then your right leg down to follow. Let's stretch the arms out long. Reach into the fingertips. And then gently draw your knees in towards your chest and rock up to find a seated position. Okay. Once we get here, we're going to come into a forward fold. So from here, sitting halfway down your mat, if you have got very tight hamstrings, so maybe you just know that, what you can do is take your pillow and place it underneath your knees. If your hamstrings are long, then what you can do is work with straight legs here. So you're going to lift, find your sit bones underneath you, ground into the mat, take a deep breath in to lengthen your spine. Bow your body, come forward, leading with your heart as you bow down. Your head's the last thing to come down. So if you've found that you've come to maybe here, I want you to bend your knees, take your pillow underneath, and just soften down here. Okay. Another option is to take your pillow and place it on top of your legs and then melt the body down across the thighs. And close the eyes down. Find your posture here. Okay, think of breathing into your back body, expanding the back of the lungs, the ribs. As you exhale, can you slightly sink a little further forward? One more breath. Really slowly, piece by piece, unfurl your spine, come back up to seated. And we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So I'm going to turn to face you guys. So take your legs up nice and wide as you can. If you want, sit onto your pillow here. Okay, so if you need to lift your hips up, lift the hips up. If you feel a little bit rounded over, definitely recommend sitting on your books, your blocks, your pillow. Okay, so now lift nice and tall, find the sit bones underneath you, begin to bow your body forward. You can take a pillow down in front of you so you've got something to lean on if you need to. Okay, and then close your eyes down. Use your breath. also be mindful if you feel like, oh, I've come too far, just move back a little bit. Just come to where is the authentic resting space for you. So that is exactly where you're supposed to be. Staying for one more breath. Gently begin to unfurl. Let's come all the way back up. We're going to stay with the hip. So you're going to take your left foot, bend it in towards your right inner thigh. Okay, lift up nice and tall through the spine. Take your time moving, transitioning. Doesn't matter if you move slower than me, faster than me. When you're ready, deep breath in, lengthen, and then bow your body down your right leg. All the way as far as you can. If that's not happening for you, take your pillow. Set yourself up. Nice little comfy landing here. Okay. If you're here and you're resting and you find this easy, I know some of you out there are going to be super mobile. So what you can work into is finding a little bit more of a side stretch. So you're going to reach your left arm up and over. Maybe coming over to touch your foot. But also if you have to force it, just come back to your forward fold. Feel a nice stretch through the side, the top of the hip. And then stay for one more breath. Gently begin to unravel, come all the way back up, lengthen your spine out. Good, I'm going to swap over onto the other side, kind of moving like you're in slow motion. Setting yourself up, hips are grounded onto the mat underneath you, looking down your left leg, inhale. Exhale, bow the body. If you're taking the side stretch, reaching your right arm up and over, and then bowing down. If you're using your pillow, set that up along your left leg. If you're still here practicing, well done. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to come into a place of stillness, but it's such a beautiful place to be. Finding softness here. One more breath. And slowly let's make our way back up to seated. Amazing. Now cross your legs. Okay. You can sit onto your blocks or your pillow if you want to. I'm going to find a nice cross-legged position so you're comfy on your sit bones. Good. I like to take a half lotus, but it's totally up to you. Now work into neck and shoulders release. You know, take your hands, interlace your fingers. Good. Draw them to the back of your head. Draw the elbows in towards one another. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the chin, close your eyes, gently apply pressure to the back of your head, lengthening through the back of your neck. Good, and you should be able to really feel that rise as you inhale. As you exhale, everything falls back to earth. Good. Notice if the breath is getting stuck in the lungs, bring it down into the belly. Softening. Staying for one more. Gently releasing. I'm going to take your left arm up and over to take a hold of your right ear. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. And then exhale, draw your elbow over to the left, gently stretching through the side of the neck, the right side. With your right hand, you can have it pressing onto the mat or onto your right knee if that's easier for you. If you want a little bit more, you can reach back behind you. Find a bind, take a hold of your t-shirt or your tights, or even just reach the hand behind you, opening up. Okay. You can gently tuck your chin towards the chest ever so slightly. Start to feel the tension, where that resides for you, and how you can cleanse that with the breath. So one of my favorite stretches to do. And let's gently release, and you're just going to flow over to the other side, lifting up and over with the right hand. Take the left ear, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently press, apply that pressure, and close your eyes down. Tuck chin to chest. Okay, and then use the breath to create space. If you're adding in the bind with the left hand, you can go for it, or just take your left hand to your left knee. Totally up to you. It's really just an exploration of yourself. Okay, let's stay for one more round of breath. Sigh it out if you need to. And then let's release, come back through to center. Have a little rinse out. Let's take a few neck rolls. So we'll go all the way down and then all the way back the other way. Just taking one in each direction. Loosen up. You can take as many as you want. Okay. And then coming back to meet. Roll the shoulders back. Feel into that beautiful space that you have just created. I'm going to come over. So if your legs are crossed, you can either just swivel them around, or you're going to lean forward and come all the way over into a tabletop position. Okay. So in tabletop, we're checking that the hands are directly underneath the shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. We're going to flow through a few rounds of cat-cow just to open up the spine, rinse the breath. Inhale, looking up, drop the belly, lift the hips. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, head is nice and heavy. Round the spine. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, press the mat away. Okay, take your time here, flow through in your own breath. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, press the mat away. Good, one more time, inhale, looking up. Exhale, press. Good, I'm going to drop down to child's pose. So pull your two big toes together behind you. Reach your arms out long, knees are nice and wide. Gently allow your forehead to come down, touch the mat. Good, and just feel into the fullness of the belly as you're breathing here. Good, and we're gently going to look forward. I'm going to work into puppy pose, so really opening the chest and the heart here. And then gently look forward, creep your fingertips towards the front of your mat, lift your hips, keep drawing your chest down towards the mat, so we're opening through the heart. If your chest is not quite on the mat, what you can do is take your pillow and place it underneath, so you've got this kind of point of reference that you can still relax onto, so you can come down and work this way if it's easier for you. Good. If you've got the space and you're completely down on your chest, then what you can do is start to walk your hands actually out a little bit wider than the mat. See how much of the heart that you can get down onto the floor. Close the eyes. Gently release and come all the way back up. I'm going to come through to lie down onto your back. All the way down. Nice work. Draw the knees in, give yourself a nice big hug. Gently squeezing the knees into your chest, feeling your spine press onto the mat underneath you. And take a couple of twists to rinse out, final cleansing of the spine for today's practice. Extend your legs out long to start. Gently draw your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Interlace the fingers across your right knee, squeeze it in, opening up through the hip. And then exhale, take the knee over to the left, reach your right arm out to the right, gazes to the right. If you want, take a pillow or your block underneath your right knee if it's not on the mat. Support yourself. Otherwise, you can bring your knee all the way down to the floor. Close your eyes and be mindful and twist that your spine goes all the way up to the back of the neck. So use your gaze looking to your right fingertips to encourage the twist. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Notice if there's any forcing here. You can always come back, find that softness, stillness. And then when you're ready, let's gently make our way back to center. Hug the knees in, swap out to the other side. Left leg is hugging in, right leg is long. Interlace, squeeze the knee in towards your left shoulder, gently opening the hip. And then take your twist from this side. Knee goes to the right, gazes to the left along with the left fingertips. If you need to, place a block or a bolster underneath that left knee. If the knee is on the mat, see that both shoulder blades are on the mat underneath you as well. Keeping eyes closed, deep breath in. Full breath out. Come to rest here. Really gently bringing yourself back through to center. Nice work, hug the knees in. I'm going to lift both legs up to the sky. Find waterfall here. If you want to, you can place your hips onto a block or a bolster. I kind of like to work just with the spine in a flat line on the mat. Legs up nice and tall. If you want a little more for the heart, you're welcome to take the arms over your head. You can just reach them back, or if you really want to get bindy, you can take a hold of opposite elbows. Close the eyes. Cleanse with the breath. Feeling all the blood run back down through the body, flushing out all the joints. Separate through the knees, take a hold of the outsides of your feet. Come to find happy baby here. If you can't reach your feet, you can take your ankles or your calves, ever so slightly sway side to side. Just like a wave, really gentle. Releasing your legs down onto the mat, extend them out long. Draw your hands beside you. For those of you with sensitive lower back, I recommend taking your pillow and placing it underneath your knees, so there's a little bend in the knees. Gently draw your shoulder blades together underneath you. Keep your eyes closed down. Relaxing through your entire body from head to toe. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Come to rest here in our final posture of this practice, Shavasana. You are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. When you're ready, we're going to wriggle the fingers, the toes, gently start to re-energize the body. Extend your arms out over your head, nice and long, back behind you. Keep your eyes closed as you take a breath, start to reawaken. Draw the knees in towards your chest and turning onto your right hand side. When you're ready, you can make your way up into a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, draw your legs crossed. Take the hands to your heart center, roll back through the shoulders, find the sit bones underneath you. Feel into the base of your tailbone, all the way up through the back of your spine, long through the back of your neck. Energy coming out the top of your head, gently tucking the chin. I invite you to feel into this newfound space that you have worked into, created, cultivated within your being today. taking a nice deep breath in. Full breath out. The highest light in me honors the highest light in you. Thank you for coming to join me for this practice today. Namaste. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them, send me a message. If you liked it, give it a little like, share it. I'd love to hear how your experience was. Bye.